Welcome to Trend Maker or TR3ND Maker. My name is Alex and I cannot contain my excitement today because I now have in my hands the AirPods Max. What we're going to do here is a quick unboxing. We're going to go through all the key features of these headphones as well as listening to the audio quality and see how they sound. Then we're going to make the final determination of whether these headphones, the AirPods Max, are worth the price tag of $549. All of that is coming up right now. All right, so I'm really excited about this. Let's get to that unboxing. And there it is. Very simple. All right, so my first impression is there's actually quite a bit of weight in these from there. And what else is in the package here? We have the typical Apple literature, manual, things like that. And we have the charging cable, which is USB-C to Lightning. So it looks like this charges via Lightning cable, which is okay, I guess. And it looks like there's a paper covering protecting all the material here. Should just slide out. And oh, we've got some little cups here to protect the headphone portions. And clearly labeled right and left. That's kind of interesting. All right, so just put them on. I'm just going to get just a general feeling how they feel on my head. Oh, and I accidentally hit the button. And so I can hear that the speakers are amplifying into the headphones right now. And then the other mode, this is probably, yeah, this is noise canceling. And the room has gotten extremely quiet. All the fan noise, everything has dropped out. The only thing I can hear now is the resonance of my voice actually resonating through my body. And then now I'm back to where it's amplifying. That's actually, it's pretty neat. Usually with headphones, you sort of can't hear yourself, so you tend to talk really, really loud. You know, when you're talking around, what did you say? You're not really doing that because you're getting that amplification through the headphone. Yeah, really neat first impression. That's a really nice, it does feel pretty comfortable. I'm really not having to do any adjustments here. The cups are clearly sized nicely. I feel like there's a lot of room in there. I don't have what I would say necessarily big ears. I have probably normal sized ears, but I can definitely feel that if you did have bigger ears, that these would actually fit you well. The case feels a little wonky to me, a little funny. It doesn't seem super protective. There's a lot exposed, and just my initial impression here, the headphones, these feel great. The aluminum here, I love the silver look, very Apple-esque with the white. It's really clean looking. And the material on here is just very soft. It's not a material that I would have probably thought a manufacturer put, but it actually does seem to have a nice cushion, and this just feels just fantastic to the fingers. Just super soft. It's just got a little bit of tactile. The stainless here is gorgeous, smooth, just precision. Here, you've got the tilting and turning, and there's definitely like a spring load here. So we have a spring in the actual cup, and that's what's putting the pressure on the head. And then as for dials, we only have one dial, which is primary volume, pushed very smooth, very, very nice and responsive. And then we have one button. So a whole series of, I would guess, are microphones on the corners here, on the front here. So we have a bunch of microphones. We have the charging port for Lightning here. There's another spot on the bottom, that must be the microphone. And just a slight little LED, which I would assume is sort of letting you know it's charging. But it has a very, just overall, my first impression is it has a very nice feel to it. Now the cups here around the ears are magnetic. So this is actually a nice feature. I really like the way they've done this. Typically, expensive headphones will have, you know, the pads here do go bad. They just get soiled and the like. You can replace them. And usually you either have to re-glue them or they sort of have to snap in place. These actually just magnetize in there. And they actually sell these in different colors. So if you wanted to color coordinate, maybe you wanted blue cups on these silver or red or pink or something like that, you can swap out these. I do believe these are $69 for the set, which is on the higher side. Usually replacement cups are $20 to $35, depending if you're getting sort of an aftermarket or manufacturer's. The inside here, it's a very interesting design inside the ear cup here. I can see the one big speaker. We have clearly a space here. This looks almost, is that an infrared? Over here, and then, I wonder if that senses. Nice snap. Yeah. Nicely snaps in place. Yeah, first impressions is the build quality. Just it's very Apple-esque. First feature on here is the digital crown. And of course that spins to rotate the volume up or down, and that's actually adjustable in your iPhone. You can switch the direction for that. If you press the button, that'll put the music into pause. If you press it again, it'll put it back to play. If you push the button twice, that will actually skip to the next track. If you push the button 3 times fast, it'll actually go backwards 1 track. If you hold the button down and say, "Hey Siri," it'll activate Siri. And then on the other side, you have the noise canceling and transparency mode, and that's just a simple press between the two. And for those who do not know, noise canceling obviously is basically all the microphones around the headphones. There's a whole series of them. Pick up the ambient noise around, and then it gives a reverse wave to the music wave, and then basically it cancels it out, or I would say like 99% or 98% of it, really almost eliminates most of it. And the noise canceling on here is excellent. Definitely on par with Sony's, who's probably the biggest competitor with that noise canceling. Sony is probably on equal with these, definitely. Discuss whether I think that these AirPod Maxes are worth the $549 price point. Okay, to start off, these headphones sound fantastic. They sound really great, and I think that 97-98% of consumers will think these are the best sounding headphones, period. That's just the way they're going to feel, and they're not wrong. They do sound great. Now, some people, a small percentage of people are, audio engineers, musicians, and people who listen to a lot of music like to hear their music a certain way. Some like it sort of bright, and some sort of like it warm. I think these actually do a really nice job of mixing both, and I think depending on what audio level you're on, it can change the tones a little bit, because as you start adding a little more volume to it, I think they get a little crisper and a little bit more bright and a lot more active. So something to consider. Another thing here is I think that the build quality of these headphones is phenomenal. There is a couple models out of Sony and the 1000 XM4s. Bose has a few models, and Beats have a few models in this sort of price point, 300. Well, I shouldn't say this price point, but have in the price point of 300, 350, maybe even up to $400 for headphones. And I think that they're really good competitors for this. But they do lack one thing that these headphones do have, and that is build quality. Most of those headphones, even at that price point, are, they have metal in them, but they're mostly plastic. They do have rubberized coatings and the like, and it does add a little bit better feel to them, but they're not nearly the quality and the energy and finances that went into making these with this beautiful build quality. I mean, this right here, this metal post here, perfectly coated in this rubber coating, and it's a very thick coating on it. This stainless steel adjustment for the height, the size of your head, is pneumatic feeling. It just feels so tight and smooth. It's not clunky. It's not ratcheting. It's not like you're sort of wiggling it to get out. It's just precision feeling. These cups here, this is one piece of aluminum that is curved around, creating that sort of dome shape. Look at it. It's just beautifully made. This is not cheap to do. The magnetic replacement cups that just pop in. There's an infrared sensor inside both sides here, so you can tell when it has the headphone is on your head. The buttons are just smooth and precision. Just overall, the quality of these, and all the little microphones that are going around the cups to pick up the outside air sounds for noise canceling, and the transparency mode, and the microphone for recording. It's just, the attention to detail here is just bar none. Okay, so I think there's a massive premium here with this build quality. So audio-wise, definitely worth the $350. And then the build quality, I definitely think easily adds that extra $200 that you're looking at or more, just in the build quality. Also, these Apple products do tend to keep their value, so if you want to sell them later, I think you'll be well suited to do that, and they'll keep a premium. So there's also another element we haven't discussed here, and that is with these AirPod Max, is the cool factor. Apple products are cool. I know people who literally collected watches, and they always had really nice, expensive watches on their wrist. And then the Apple Watch came out, the iWatch came out, and they now wear an Apple iWatch because it's a sort of a fashion statement. It's a statement about who you are, that you're techie, that you're, you've got the best, or that you're really tech savvy, or just cool. That's what I think is going to happen with these. You're going to see a ton of people wearing these and using them, and they probably couldn't tell the difference between this headphone and a $100 pair of headphones, but these are cool. So, and I do think that they're really great. And again, 98%, 97% of consumers will think these are just the best. Now, are they? There are professional audio engineer designed headphones that, cost even more, $1,500, $2,000, or even more than that. Usually they're corded, that audio engineers use, and they're designed to pick up every frequency, so when they're on their big control mixer boards that they can change the frequencies when they're recording music or, manipulating music for recordings. So that was what I would say would be the best, but they're not Bluetooth either. Those are always corded. So for headphones that are Bluetooth with noise canceling and this transparency mode, which I think is a fantastic addition. I mean, very safe. I love that transparency mode because when you have headphones on, you usually can't hear other people talking to you and things going on around you, cars honking at you, whatever. With the transparency mode on, you can now hear what's going on around you as well as hear the music really well, including yourself. So you're not yelling at people when you have your headphones on because you can't hear yourself. Okay, so I do think that there's a really inherent value here. Now, a couple of things to note about these that I think are really important. For one, when you get them out of the box, they're going to sound very different right out of the box as they will after about 20 hours. A speaker actually has foam and rubber elements in it, and as that speaker's moving, it sort of needs to get that foam and all the rubbers moving around a little bit, and it'll start warming up the speaker, and it'll get a little bit more responsive. So that's something that's just going to happen with wear. So after about 10, 15 hours, depending on how loud you play it, that'll warm up these speakers, and you'll be good to go. Another thing to note, because these headphones are really great, you are going to notice the difference between a very economy or low resolution recording and a high resolution recording. When I listened, I actually went and did a bunch of tracks at 128 kilobits a second recordings, 256, and then 320. And each step, I could notice the difference on these. And definitely, almost all recordings, you've got to at least do 256 because it does make a huge difference on how these things will sound. So something to consider if you're downloading. I'll do a quick little clip right now on how to go and change your settings in Apple iTunes. So it will give you the higher recording when you're downloading. All right, so here's how you modify your download settings. You're going to Music Player, Preferences, over to Files. Then you're going to go to Import Settings, and in here you can select AAC or MP3. AAC is better. And then you're going to go down to the bitrate, and then 256 or 320. And then OK, and OK one more time, and then you are all set. So yeah, I think that they're fantastic. And now, are these for you? Should you go out and buy these? Okay, now this is going to come down to your personal budget. Some people can spend $549 out with a couple of guys or the girls and a couple bottles of wine, and that's an evening out. And to someone like that, buying these is really not a big deal, and I think definitely go ahead because I think you'll be really happy with the results. I've never been disappointed with an Apple product ever. All the way back to the original iPods and my original iPhone, I thought the quality was amazing. I do feel like there's a little bit with products from Apple that's not just the product, it's just not the build quality, it's a little bit of art. So I do think that they do put a premium on the aesthetics and how things look. So there is a premium there. So some people can spend that on an evening. Some people, $549 is their mortgage for the month or their rent for the month. And would I say skip the mortgage to buy a set of headphones? Definitely not. I think pay the mortgage and either save up or wait. These sound great. There are other options available that are less money that will sound really great. And again, 97, 98% of consumers really won't be able to tell the difference between probably a $200 headphone and a $549 one. So something to consider as well. All right, to wrap up this video, let me just say that I think the AirPod Maxes here are really great, and that I know they're back ordered right now, but as soon as they become available, I'll put links in the description down below so you can check out all these in different colors, as well as the replacement ear cups in case you want to change the colors on there or just get replacements. And as cases start coming available for these, and I know they will, I'll put the links in the description down below as well, where you'll be able to get some cases, and I'll sort of go through them and be sure. I'll only list the ones that I think actually are really well suited for these. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, like and subscribe down below. You know, it totally blows my mind. It gets me super excited to produce more content for you. But until that next video, I'm out.